Peptide supplements are quickly becoming a buzzword in the wellness world with claims they can help people look younger, recover faster, and shed pounds. But before jumping on the bandwagon, it is important to understand the potential benefits and risks, especially when it comes to your heart. Here to explain more is Dr. KK, a cardiologist with Vital Heart and Vein. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. So good to be here. Thank you.
I appreciate you being here because we have a lot to talk about. Okay, let's start with the basics.
Sure.
What exactly are peptides, first of all? And why have they become so popular?
They're short-chain amino acids, so they're precursors to proteins. So they move very fast throughout the body. They're becoming so popular because technology has expanded so rapidly and biohacking. So now we're targeting things at the cellular level as opposed to the medications we've been using, which are, doing things throughout the body for blood pressure and cholesterol and diabetes. Now we're like, okay, let's make the cell stronger. And so you can apply that to the different areas of your body: skin, bones, tissue, muscle.
We're trying to get down to that micro level.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
Okay, so what is the difference between FDA-approved treatments and unregulated compounds?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. Most of these things are not FDA approved because there's not a lot of big studies behind them. Because there's no money behind them, meaning these things aren't patented, right? So a medication is patented. And so there's a lot of money that goes behind that to get these big studies to get FDA approval. So the FDA has some peptides that are approved, like Samoralin, Tesamoralin. These things have been around for a long time for growth hormone deficiency patients. But a lot of the newer ones are not FDA approved. But they have studies, just not big ones.
Okay, and you don't anticipate that they will be?
I hope so. I think that they have a responsibility to study these things with the NIH. I mean, that would be the best route to go for everybody. But I do think in the future, because peptides there's such a hot growing topic. I mean, they have whole conferences dedicated to peptides these days.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All the wellness clinics and all the doctors. So I think one day there will be. There's a current study right now for NAD. NAD is a very hot one, very popular one. A lot of people we know take NAD. And there's a study specifically right now with heart disease and NAD, looking to see if somehow ischemic cardiomyopathy patients would benefit from NAD, which is great.
Okay, so a lot of people assume that if something helps you with, like, let's say weight loss or fitness, that it must be good for your heart. It just seems to make sense.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, if you lose weight and your insulin resistance goes down, absolutely good for the heart. But the key when it comes to peptides, and this is very important for our viewers, you have to be monitored closely. You have to be on the right dosages of these things. I have a dear friend of mine. He was on too much Samoralin. He ended up with diabetic ketoacidosis, which is very dangerous, very scary. But you look back and see the dosages and, not being regulated properly and not being tested with your blood work. And it can be scary for sure. So some of these peptides, you got to be a little careful that you're getting it from a trusted source with trusted dosages, and you're being monitored carefully.
So what do you need to ask your doctor?
So
in regard to it, right?
Well, here's the problem with asking your doctor, right? And I know that's such a common phrase, ask your doctor, ask your doctor. Most doctors, unfortunately, are not going to know a lot of this.
Oh,
It's
wow.
such a fresh topic.
Okay.
Peptides weren't around when we were in medical school and in our training, and it's not a prescribed thing. So, I mean, you can get it from a wellness clinic and a wellness doctor, but you can order peptides online. And so people are bypassing the medical system and going straight to it. So the problem with asking your doctor is a lot of doctors are going to be just against it. Just because if they don't know things, a lot of times they'll be against it. And it's not mainstream enough for them to be pro for it. And again, the studies aren't there. And if you go to a wellness clinic and ask them about it, they're going to be pro peptide because they're selling them. So, you're kind of stuck. So patients need to do their own research. Just make sure that you are, again, being monitored closely and getting it from a trusted source. And the data is coming out. It's just, I feel like it's moving faster than the data is here for us to present.
I feel like this is a little bit of a guinea pig type of situation.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. And, full disclosure, I'm on a few myself. But I will be honest with you enough to tell you that the data isn't there. But it's promising. So you look at some of the bench work, a lot of animal studies. And again, this is more cellular targeted therapy. And so this isn't about being pro-peptide or anti-peptide. It's more waiting for the clinical data to come in. But again, we need the funding to do the clinical data.
I see.
And so it's kind of a catch-22.
I understand. Well, you've provided such great information. I think for myself, I'll hold off. I know it's super trendy, but I'll let others experiment first.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, thank you, doctor, for
Of course,
coming in.
thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Kim Castro, we are looking at a soggy commute this morning.